Heel versus Face, Alexa Bliss. And welcome to my channel, and again, this is Mikeratto, and welcome to a new episode of our Heel versus Face topics, where today we're going to talk about Miss Bliss or the 5 feet of Fury. The indication for this Heel versus Face turn is mostly in their main roster run, which means I don't include their NXT run. So yeah, we will start. When she debuted on the main roster while on SmackDown, that time SmackDown has the Land of Opportunity thing, which on her debut, a few months after it, she was the champion. At first she was having a rivalry between her and Becky Lynch, and now, on a fast time, she won the championship. And yeah, she has a good run with the ST title, though most of her memorable reigns are mostly on the Raw Women's title. And she actually won the title twice, which during her run, she feuded with Naomi, Becky Lynch, and some superstars on SmackDown. And then after that, she was drafted to Monday Night Raw, thus having her memorable times there as a heel, and she defeated Bayley to be the Raw Women's Champion. And she was memorable as the champion. She had a lot of rivalries left and right. In the side roster, she had rivalries between her, Sasha and Bayley, and many of the women's division from there. And later on, she also had a rivalry between her and Mickie James, and then the two actually joined, and then had a feud, and then joined again, which I'm confused on why or how, but I won't question that because they have this mentor student, something like that, or just a normal tag team between the two, which Bliss is the champion and Mickie James is accompanying her as the manager or as her tag team partner. And then in 2018, later on, she feuded with Nia Jax, one of her former best friends, which the rivalry start after Mickie James and Alexa Bliss berated Nia Jax on a not supposed to be released video per storyline, just like how WWE make rivalries between superstars. Like they have this video which is recording, which the superstar doesn't know her or him while it is recording, and then it was played during a segment which a heel or a babyface that time she or he will go rampaging on backstage, which the type of storyline is actually familiar with some audience, like how they did with Kane in the 2000s or 2001. They did it again with Alexa Bliss. And also, there's a segment which Bliss and Bayley has, the This Is Your Life, which people actually berated that segment, and possibly people are having doubts if that segment is great or bad or whatever. And then she actually had the success yet again when she actually won the Money in the Bank briefcase after winning the Money in the Bank ladder match, which during her dominance, she actually cashed in on the same night. I think she's the third superstar to do it. Kane is the first, Ambrose is the second, and then her, and then Bayley on the next year, I think. And then the trend of cashing in Money in the Bank anytime at anywhere, she took advantage of a match between Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax, which sparkled a feud between her and Rousey. And then after that, she did not win any main titles, and then she was injured, I think, and then she was having a moment of bliss segments left and right announcing this, announcing that, retaining still her heel persona, and then later on, well, during this segment, well, a lot of superstars are actually arguing, like most of the segments of the programs of the superstars, like Miss TV, Ambrose Asylum, well, the Jericho show, I forgot, well, the highlight reel where the feuding superstars were interviewed in a segment. So yeah, most of the feuding superstars brawl there, or they start a rivalry, or it ends badly for those type of segments. And then later on, while she joined Nikki Cross, thus turning face, and then while they won the tag team titles, which, well, when they won the titles, I think they won it twice, and the first team also to do so, which, well, this title reign, well, they have a lot of competitors, which, yeah, they were defeated later on by, I think, Asuka and Kairi, and then later on, well, they regained the title on the same persons, and then they lost the title yet again. And then a metaphor, this, well, when during the time that they're actually tag teaming, she is actually a babyface by this time, and yeah, from being booed now to being cheered, and then she was a focal point for the tag team division that time for the women's division. Well, after their tag team runs, well, she actually has a feud now with, well, whoever it is. Well, she was actually interjected with the feud of the Fiend, which later on, well, there's a tease that she was Sister Abigail during a swamp match between Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman, which later on she joined Bray Wyatt, thus, while acting weird like most of Bray Wyatt's former victims, while they change for whichever attitude they suited better. Like most of the Fiend's target, they actually turn, or they made a huge difference for their character. Like The Miz, who actually turned heel, Daniel Bryan, who turned face, Seth Rollins, who turned heel, Braun Strowman, who turned heel. By this time, though, I'm not sure if they are baby faces or heels, but, well, yeah, they were mostly tweenerish on their actions. Well, yeah, because the Fiend is actually targeting heels, and then targeting faces, and then targeting heels. Yeah, but I think they are most quite likely baby faces, though she turned on Nikki Cross to join the Fiend and have this Firefly Funhouse segments between the two, and then, well, she's acting like differently from her former persona, and she actually had a new remix for her song. So which character do I prefer for her? Well, as much as people love her as a babyface, well, no one can deny her power as a heel. While she is a dominant champion, she was hated most of the arenas. People are actually, well, they are thinking if she is overrated, something like that, which adds to her heat, just like how Triple H handles it before, when people are calling him overrated because, well, both of them winning titles after titles after titles when they are on the main roster and actually dominating their division. Just like Triple H's Reign of Terror, while people are actually having doubts on Bliss and herself, which, well, some people call it her version of the Reign of Terror, something like that. Some have, some not, or some may just call it something like that. So yeah, this is my video. I hope you all like it. Like, comment it down below. Subscribe, share, subscribe and subscribe. And again, this is Mikeratto, and thank you for watching.